It's time for the mic drop. I end each show by going deep on one topic affecting our community in hopes we can all learn a little more. Now, in his time in office, as it was winding down, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam signed bills into law expanding voting rights in the Commonwealth. Among other things, early voting periods were extended, absentee ballots became easier to get, and 69,000 former felons had their voting rights restored. As Governor Northam said in a statement, at a time when voting rights are under attack across our country, Virginia is expanding access to the ballot box, not restricting it. And that expansion looked to be a success, as data from the Virginia Department of Elections shows the election that followed November 3rd, 2021, saw the highest voter turnout in recent state history, with over 1 million people partaking in early voting alone. Now, the people of the Commonwealth showed up and showed out, and in fact, flipping the state's highest offices, governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general, from Democrat to Republican. By all accounts, the election ran smoothly, just as the ones in Virginia's recent past have, with little to no reports of voter fraud or malfeasance. And yet, last week, Attorney General Jason Miyares announced the creation of an election integrity unit to investigate possible violations of election law in Virginia, starting with the next election. Now, the word possible is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Per reporting from online news source The DCist, a Virginia AG spokesperson claimed in an email to them that the Virginia Department of Elections and Office of the Attorney General have reviewed the 2020 election results, along with hundreds of documents of concern from citizens and elected officials, and have not seen any evidence of widespread fraud that would change the results of Virginia's 2020 election. Now, no one can point to any past fraud, so what exactly will this team of a reported 20 attorneys, investigators, and paralegals be looking for? Like unicorns, leprechauns, pots of gold? In a statement, Miyares said, "I pledged during the 2021 campaign to work to increase transparency and strengthen confidence in our state elections." Yeah, that's what former Governor Northam did. And as a result, AG Miyares and his party actually came into power. So what exactly is he doing? What is his end goal here? The strengthening of Virginia's election integrity? Because it appears as though the state's voting franchise is fine. In fact, never better. People of all stripes are voting. Maybe that's the problem. More people voted in the last election than at any time in our nation's history. And in response, one red state after another has worked to secure voting rights by erecting barriers between citizens and the ballot box. Walls built on lies told by Donald Trump and company about voting fraud. Allegations proven false time and time again, but that hasn't stopped the effect of the lies that are coming to Virginia. And just as early midterm voting is set to open, isn't that peculiar, some will say? Well, what's the harm in creating the unit if nothing illegal is happening? Besides it being a waste of taxpayer dollars and an added intimidation to those new voters, it's been my experience that underserved and put upon communities suffer most when politics are played this way. And oftentimes it seems like that's the point. But no one would do anything like that on purpose, right? Well, history tells us otherwise. I'm Reese Waters.